Oh, hello and welcome back, everybody. We're going to set up a couple of windows and things in the background, and once that's done, we're in the factory. So, today I am super happy to announce that we're finally going to work on exciting things. So for one, I'm starting to rack up a insane amount of accumulators. For another thing, we have to expand on our gas power today. But beyond that, it's finally time to start our planning with the whole cargo rocket silo thing. So I'm not going to automate the production of cargo rocket silos. I think that's a we're just going to loot the stuff together we need and craft one in our pocket. So it's a two-part thing. We need a cargo landing pad and we need the cargo rocket silo. These two things go together. And let's see. So we're going to need tremendous amounts of steel, concrete, but I don't think I'm going to automate the production of these in any meaningful way for now. Not that important. What's way more important are the space capsules. These things are, let's see, can be placed into a cargo rocket silo to complete a cargo rocket, can be placed on the ground to take a passenger. So, if I remember correctly, this is only necessary if we want to travel alongside with it. What do we have here? Space capsule refurbishment. Now that's a new recipe, I like that. So in that scenario, we don't need to rebuild the space capsule. Here we have the delivery cannon. So what it doesn't show here properly is the parts the rocket is made out of. Cargo pods, yeah, here. Rocket fuel tanks, cargo rocket sections. Exactly, one cargo rocket section is made out of low-density structures, rocket control units, cargo pods, rocket fuel tanks, and heat shieldings. So basically, it's that thing all over again. We're basically doing it one more time again, just as a more regular and beefy thing, actually. Where is everybody? Here, I was missing the launch of a rocket. So we've discovered the planet Nevis. So, at the end of the day, my whole facility here is obviously producing not enough telemetry data. As you see here, there is always a outage of yellow science cards, so altogether it's not working on full efficiency, but we are, well, actually we are producing more yellow tech cards than the system is able to digest. Okay, not bad. But the end of the line is we're going to need an entire, what to call it, logistics center, yeah. Ash, right there. So happy to see it. So we're talking here about planning an entire space logistics center. And therefore, this is one piece of the factory that will remain damn important in the remainder of the time. Or for the rest of the run, I rather want to say. So this is really, really important to when we think about our future plans. I have already called out that in this area here I want to do the entire core fragment refining thing. We have a bit of a stockpiling thing happening here. Let's see, I want to use that satellite way more. Satellite vision, when you press N, is way more powerful. So let's see, we have here the iron coming from the mining outposts, but we also have here an input strain that's powering up our refineries from the core mining facility. That means we are already tapping into the core mining stuff. And as we see here, it's there's also a constant deplete on that stuff. So TLDR, the production of these guys is not going to cut it. we are going to need more than that. We are also, from since the last episode, starting to pre-produce as much U-235 as possible for the future, because it's definitely not going to be enough to reliably run a nuclear power plant with 4 reactors on top of that. We would need an insane amount of centrifuges to sport out that, and by the time that I have 4 nuclear reactors running without Kovarex, I don't know. I don't like what that'll do to my uranium stockpiles here. So what does all this blathering mean? I need to upgrade on my core mining facilities. And to upgrade core mining means we're going to need to upgrade a lot of big power consumers. I don't like that, but it is as it is. So the first thing that I'm going to do today is I'm going to upgrade my gas power production. And then we're going to see what we can do here. So 30 gas power stations. And I think I definitely have enough of these guys. So let's hop on over to our good old gas power plant. I wasn't prepared to run this entire thing on not nuclear power. I totally thought that I'd have nuclear power by this time available, but the new Kovarex requirements, I mean, if you look at that, I'll have to set up the entire space science thingamajig before I can even think about going Kovarex enriching. We need space science and production science. I don't know what the heck is going to be required for that. Vulcanite, machine learning data, plasma stream. So I really don't know how fast nuclear power will be available for us. I am not that happy with this update, I must say, because it does make nuclear power a really late game thing. But, well, if that's what the devs want us to, that's okay. So we have 90 of these bad boys running now, and that's 550 petrol there. So 90 times 6 is 540. So if I remember correctly, it was exactly like that every, yeah, it's 10 to 30. That's a pretty lovely thing, because that makes this entire gas power plant so easily scalable. You just smack up another line of refineries, and then you can just put up more gas power plants and you're good-o. So we need another distributor here. Oh, I can't. Oh, that's another, because we just slap it up there. And water distribution. Okay. Pump jack is in my way here. So we're going to make it like that then. Gonna utilize this here and bring in what we need there. So here we require another connector. Output is in the system now as well. So we're going to upgrade our power output by another notch. I know that I'm not really using, room efficient here or anything. So you can't actually place them down like that. There we go. Let's compactify that from here on. I mean, space is not an issue. I do have more than enough space to work with. That's only been measly 90 megawatts of extra output. Pretty much sucks, but, well, you know, what can we do? In a peaceful world, we can go for that. If I would be running biters on this world, I'd be actually running solar power by this point. Honestly, I'd go that way now. If I ever do a space exploration run with biters, solar power. It's just easy to mass produce, doesn't come with nasty downsides, and, well, the only thing that is bad about solar is it's damn territory hungry, so you need a lot of space for it, but I just said it a few moments ago, space is not my biggest concern. So, yeah. We're starting to run out resources here at some point in the near future as well. So, cargo rocket safety. So, space capsule navigation unlocks the ability to use the capsule for personal transport. I thought I can already go to space. Well, we're going to research what we can research. Now then, with that new extra power output, let's grab ourselves another core mining drill. If I remember correctly, I have prepared these, actually. Here. Core mining drill. And I want to plug in now a couple of extra core miners. So here is the processing plant. I have already accessed this node, so I want to go towards that node here as well, because I feel like that's a pretty accessible one there. So we are actually able to... we could use a railway... I'm a little bit torn. We could also go for this place here. We have a ton of oil there as well. Pretty interesting. Is there any better node to choose from here? Not sure. I like this one because it's pretty close, you know. Question that I have is how do I wire it into the system? But since it's not that far away, I'm going to use belts. We could railway it, but in that, with such a close connection, we're not gonna. Okay, let's get that. So, let's see how that'll work out. You know me, I try to avoid building trains as much as possible. But that's actually not right. From this point on, we're going to use trains more and more, because we're... the thing is, the volume of stuff is just increasing now. And with increasing volume, you have that issue that you're not cutting it with belts that well anymore. So... Jesus. This takes a while. So, what we definitely do need more core miners at this point, because I feel like, sure, I could build more outposts, that wouldn't be bad either, at all, but honestly, I feel like the time of mining outposts, well, it ain't over yet. We're going to use them as well, but... I do like to sport my cargo rocket manufacturing by core miners. I really do like that. So let's see if we can pull that off. Okay, well, I gotta stop killing the trees there. They are not important. It's so nice to finally run a suite of exoskeletons. Finally not that slow anymore. So, Mr. Core Mining Drill. Boom. So, another planet. So freaking many planets in just one system. And that's just the starting system. My goodness. Where does this take us? So, I'm a little bit curious now. I know it ain't important right now, but I really want to know how to craft frickin' cosmic water. So, it's water and lubricant in a decontamination facility. Isn't that something I can already? Let's see. I somehow think that this is nothing I can do on this planet anymore, but we're going to see. Maybe I'm wrong about that. Maybe we do get to use that there. So does that actually work, I wonder? Well, still outputs only on one side of the belt. Too bad. Yeah, whatevs. So, let's see. We do process all these goods there. This distribution hub here, I'm not sure if this is going to work on out in the long term. Looks a little bit brittle. So we're going to wire that stuff up here and go on over there, I'd say. This railway here, well, how important is that going to be in the long run? Lots of rare metals south of here. Beyond that, not too many interesting other things. We might be actually using that railway system later down the road. So I'd say straight ahead until I hit that thing. And then we're going to pipe it into that warehouse here. Let's do this. 4 of 5 meteors destroyed. I'm not pleased. Yeah, just like I thought, we're going to require more of these. Alrighty. I'm not quite sure how I'm going to put up the whole cargo rocket park. The thing there is, I don't need to put up a super massive backbone as of yet, because it ain't going to run on high capacity yet, but there is good reason for me to believe that this will change over the course of the time. Oh god. So here we go. I'm out of underground belts, you know, so we're going to ride next to that. I mean, now I have to go back to the mall, but at least I'm much closer to the mall now. So Pyroflux. All that effort, and we still only have 16k of that juice. Crazy. That stuff really produces very, very slowly. Okay, then. Let's grab our stuff. I mean, I'm very happy that grabbing something from the mall and all is now so much faster done. So we are going to pick up some regular red belt too. And when I say some, I mean 700, of course. So everything else seems to be in sufficient amounts. Okay. How many pulverizers do I have on me? Do I even have pulverizers on me? And I have gas power stations on me. Good lord. No, not here. Um, I don't think I have any pulverizers on me. Let's change that. I need those. Good thing that I catched it before I ran all the way back there. And good thing that I am mass producing so many of these higher tier goods by now. Or am I? The chaos of this place is really disturbing me. At some point, I really think I'm going to follow a design where I'm going to do things a little bit differently. Not sure if I actually did automate the pulverizers. Doesn't look like I did. Dang it. So, why? Ah, they need concrete. So, there is a pipeline of concrete somewhere, though. Ah, here, look it. Okay. Now I at least know why I had that much of a vivid memory of having these bad boys automated. Good. I'm relieved. So, let's see. I wonder if the next tech tier can still be done on the surface of Novice. But I mean, why would it be Cosmic Water if we make it here on Novice? That wouldn't make any sense to me. I bet that these machines can only transform water into Cosmic Water if they do the process on the Stella platform. I'd be more than surprised if I'd be able to forego that somehow. I mean, I'll take surprises, especially such pleasant ones, but I don't expect that Cosmic Water to be produced that easily. So we need to go a little bit further up there. The fine spaghetti. So I really think that I'm going to improve a lot by the time of by the time this series is, or I will have improved a lot by the time this series is done, in terms of planning core mining drill operations. So obviously, though, we do have more of that stuff than we are actually processing. Here, this line is processing 8 units of that per second, so we should be actually able to get more of that stuff processed. So, yeah, well, I hate these guys, by the way. They are damn complicated suckers, because they have so effing many outputs. So, let's see. We're going to have to rotate that, probably like that. I don't know where the input inserter will be, but my plan would be that the output would go on top of the same belt there. So let's see if we can realize that. So, we're... Oh, we're one grid off, of course. This needs to be on the same height with the other pulverizer, of course. There we go. So, where do I output the mineral water towards to? Okay, there. So we probably could use a distributor here. Let's make that happen. Go. Discharge defense research finished, and now it's all locked behind Stella stuff. Okay, so this one is receiving a flare stack. And now all we need is to output more of that ore. Somehow in a way that this machine is able to pick it up. So that's the tricky part, as a matter of fact, but I'm not giving up so far. So we could go that way. Here. Is this thing going to be able to process like that? Yes. It's a piece of good news. So, how many fast inserters would be actually necessary to facilitate one of these machines? So let's say that's all 0.2. That would be still 0.8. Yeah, one fast inserter is enough. Okay. So, let's see. Is that even... Yeah, great. Okay, I think we'll take the attempt and copy that. We'll have to stay on the same height, of course. 2 of 2 meteors destroyed. Wonderful. And here we're going to upgrade that now. Man Earth. Okay. So we'll have to upgrade these guys, of course, otherwise that won't work. But I hope that this should work as intended. Let's upgrade that system, though. Because if I know one thing for sure, then that this is going to require a higher throughput. If you ask me, it already does. Oh, I see. I have a bad feeling about the capacity of this thing here. I knew it. That would happen. So let's see. We might be needing to plug in another distributor or upgrade the entire structure fundamentally. I mean, so space transport belt. The mod pack totally skipped out the blue belts we all knew. So it looks like these are the new, these are our new tier 3 belts. So that's one thing I definitely need to mass produce. What this also means is my my regular mall is going to require a facility for low density structures. So there's a lot of stuff we need to change up. Really a lot of things. And we're going to require a lot of resource for that cargo rocket place. And I haven't figured out yet where I'm going to put that up, but that's okay. One thing at a time. So right now we... Oh, wait a sec. I took the wrong inserters for that job. We actually can pick these guys. Wonderful. So, let's see. I hope that'll work out. Let's see. Yeah. They're getting it done. Let's do one thing though. We're going to configure 50% of them to drop near, so the whole thing is not going to be on one side of the belt. Yeah. Okay. Okay, that's, I think, as good as it will get. We'll now have a production. Let's see. That's 6.4 iron ore per second. Damn, that's not much. This is pretty crappy, honestly. This won't replace our, this won't replace our regular mining efforts. Not at all. As much as I want it to, this won't cut it. Okay, so we're going to expand on this thing, and I think I'm going to slap on pulverizers into the system until we actually start depleting core fragments now. So I think that's going to be the more effective way there. And now let's think about where will we send stuff into space. I am very, very eager to take this area here. So far, we only have the entire complex for the yellow tech card production there. And one thing here is, here our refineries are extremely close, so we can pipe on over the necessary materials quite easily. And I think we could be able to get that whole thing going quite easily there. The other option I see is we're going to slam some landfill into that sea there and get the job done there, or we do go all the way down there in the first place. These are the options I see. But I think what the thing I like the most would be to do the pre-production there, like the smelting and the intermediate production and the like, and then we're piping out the completed goods over here to the actual spaceport. And then the spaceport location here is really good. We have a wide area there. We have a railway access already. That's why I like this spot more than this one. And this means we will be able to pipe in stuff to the spaceport via railway at some point. I think that's going to be as good as it gets. So let's do this. This also means that we'll have to expand our mining efforts yet another time. I don't see any chance whatsoever that we're going to get that whole thing done here. With the amount of mining that I do right now, so we'll have to expand in that regard as well. But I do have plans for that. Some plans that are going to make the railway connection easier. Basically, my idea is going to be set up a central railway station where we allocate all the ores that come on in, and from that railway station on, we're going to distribute that back into the base. So, yeah. Logistics do get more and more complicated the longer this goes, but that's part of the game. So the difficulty there will be I'll have to find an area where I'll have enough of everything to make a to make that happen, i.e. copper and iron. We do have quite the shortage of these. So the longer I play around with core mining, the more I come to the realization that this is mostly interesting for the primary, or how to call it, group here, there, for these productions, Pyroflux, the items that are absolutely unique to the planets. So you have, for example, every planet has some unique good. Immersite, copper, vitaminage, vulcanite, all these things. So I think that the core mining is extremely effective to get these things from everywhere on the planet, Or at least that's how I see it so far. Now, it's going to be a lot easier than usual, though. Because we just need to copy-paste at this point. We do know what we need, and we do know that we can provide. So, let's think about that. How much sulfuric acid does this entire thing drink per second by now? 65. Well, quite something by now. So we're going to set on up a new smelting facility, but come on, let's get sophisticated. How about electric furnaces this time? I like the idea of that. So we're going to need heat shieldings and advanced circuits for that. I think I still don't produce any heat shieldings in my, for my mall, and I really think that I need to change something about that. So, let's see. This seems to be a good spot for me, because we got all the necessary materials there. Or did I already do it, and I somehow derped it? No, I didn't know. So here we have the fresh accumulators. Oh yeah, 625 already. Nice. That's what I'm talking about. So we're going to require red circuits. They live on here, but heat shielding. It's about time that we do some heat shielding here as well. Heat shielding sucks because it needs sulfur, but we can't change that. So, sulfur production. Didn't I have something here for heat shielding already? No? Dang. Let's kick out the red science cards. I don't think I'm going to need these anytime too soon again. So, heat shielding. There we go. Let's say I want a meager production of 1 heat shielding per second. That's absolutely crazy to think that. So we're going to put up 0.25 of these. Let's go for a small scale production there. We're going to require sulfur. Boom. Or let's say, how about 0.5? Come on. Let's not be such cheapskates. I think it's going to be well possible. Alrighty, so let's see. Let's do these already in electric furnaces. Why not? I mean, I know we're going to become modern now. So chemical plant. We're going to require 2 chemical plants for that. And 4 more oil refineries. Good lord. 4. Yuck. So. Good thing that I have pretty much everything prepared here. Only thing I have to take care of is that I don't pipe too much petrol through the pipeline there. But I guess that's gonna take a while. So, is this the right spot? Whoop. So, we're using this here for sulfur production for that. Shouldn't I be piping some of that stuff somewhere else to my factory? Am I not? Now I'm frankly confused. I am not featuring any oil-based production up here? Nothing? No here. Ah, I have... Ah, okay, that's how I did it. Okay, then we're going to use on that. So I have made a small refinery for them all. That sounds like me. That sounds pretty much like me. Okay, but I do like how this is crystallizing out now. Because we're... let's see. I'm going to provide 1 column of everything. And then we'll have to check on out how things are working. And also, I need to cover that blind spot, that radar blind spot. It's absolutely outrageous to be out of radar anywhere. So there we go. Oh, good thing that I didn't cross that that railway a moment later. So now we have this also on the radar. Nice. And there's 7.7 million stone back there. Where do I get my stone from right now? Down there. So this is definitely going to be the new deposit that we're going to tap into later. Oh god, but I really don't want to think about new mining outposts right now. I'm so happy that I don't have to right now. So let's see, we're going to pipe in 4 more refineries. And then we're going to create those heat shieldings. Well, not at the spot where I thought I'd do. Or, no? Well, let's see. So we created the gasoline for that spot, but we can easily pipe it down there. I'm gonna grab some fresh pipe to ground thingies soon, but that's pretty much everything. One more. Oh no. Oh no, the greenhouses are in the way. So, do I still have some iron on me? Of course I do. I always do. So... here I'm going to go a little bit more narrow alongside there. So are we now finally at the spot? We are. So let's do this. Then we'll just have to break our head about how to get that water in there. No, not like this. So. Okay, so we have that stuff over here. Oh, and I'm lucky. There is a water connector available. So we have those materials at least available in our vicinity. I just realized that there are so many recipes relying on the on heat shieldings these days that I really don't want to go without them. So we will require 4 electric furnaces. I hope I can freaking craft those manually. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, I can. Wonderful. So I got those. We need water for these suckers too. So next step, we're going to create our sulfur somewhere around here. Yeah, let's do the regular distribution thingy there. Oops. Just the most useful everyday appliance there. And then we're just going to connect these guys as we see it fit. And here we'll go like that. So are you kidding me? We're getting the job done just with the last thingy there. Yep. Looks pretty much like that. Fun. So we're just producing 4 units of sulfur per sec there, so we're not going to go crazy there. So next thing, we are going to require bricks for the stone tablets. So let's do this here. And I want to roll the brick over that way. Or, no, the stone, I mean. And the brick can be output down here. Electric furnaces make everything regarding smelting so much easier. Yes, they do cost you a lot of electricity in return. That's true. But beyond that, it's mostly an upgrade. Comparatively, because you have so much less trouble with the whole logistics shenanigans there. So we are going to require 2 assemblers eating these bricks, transforming them into tablets. Can we get that done with fast inserters? Kind of. So we're producing 10 of these guys, so... Let's do that drop near thingy there, why not? And we'll require steel from somewhere. Well, that's the problem nobody has been talking about. Where do we get the steel from? There. Gotta say, this is by far my best organized factory that I've ever did so far. And that's even though I find it at times here extremely crappily organized, so I see a lot of room for improvement there still. No. We're going to take a red one there. But it's always making me happy to see my own improvements, you know. So what's extremely special for me with this factory is that we almost never run into these problems where I don't have something in particular available, or how to put it. So we're going to require stupid amounts of that stuff. Oh, let's make it like that. As soon as I have built that, I can't talk again, okay? So that's... Oh, I'm out of assemblers. 2, 4, and 5, 6, and 7. So with this factory, I rarely run into the situation that I have forgotten to prepare a certain good, and therefore I'll have to prepare extremely much before I can go one step further. So we can do with 1 basic inserter per machine. I didn't expect that. So we'll be setting up the ghosts for the production here already. A new moon, Wayland. There are so many stellar objects here. It's amazing. I also have way too much wood. Okay, let's grab ourselves some assemblers. Oh, assembler, where art thou? Here. By the way, I was carrying around obsolete mining machines. There we go. And minuscule amounts of ore. Let's get rid of these 2. Let's get rid of that wood stack as well. So these micro amounts, they are good for nothing. except for clogging up my inventory. So, fuel processor. I don't think I'm going to utilize these anytime too soon again. A pump. Well, let's put that in here. Probably one day I'll need it. Most likely not. Okay. So, finally, heat shieldings. So these have to go now to the place where we craft our electric furnaces. So we need the steel furnaces and we need red circuits and some extra steel. But I bet at the spot where I'm producing those steel furnaces, I already got some steel. Exactly. So let's see. We're going to require steel furnace, red circuit, heat shielding, and steel plate. So the red circuits are most likely available here. Okay. Well, that's a pretty disgusting thing there. How are these guys made? Steel plate, stone brick, stone furnace. Well, gotta say, if I can't bring the... Let's see. Does this, No. Well, where are the red... Oh, here. There's the red circuit running, right? Right. Okay. So I really think it's going to be a lot easier to do this as follows. We're going to split this off here. And then we're going to let those guys run all the way over here. Spaghetti ensues. But seriously, before I carry all those... Before I carry all those guys down there, I'll just produce some steel furnaces right here on site, because that's just a lot less trouble to deal with. Because what does it need? We're going to need some steel. That's something we already have provided. The only thing we're going to require here extra are a bit of extra brick producers. But that's going to be the least of all worries. So these guys, though, will be a little bit different. These guys will produce for a different market, so to say. We're going to whip up the stone furnaces here. Then we're going to require the steel. Now let's see if that craziness does work. Yes, it does. Nice. I like that. So we're going to do this as follows. I'm going to require... I don't know if I can get that sassy, but it looks like the answer is yes, I can. Yep. That doesn't bother anybody. And here we go. So we have now everything we require on one thing. I don't like that. Just visually. It really bothers me if something looks like that. And now we're going to... I hope that's going to work out. But I think I just made a pretty slick solution there. And next up on the plate will be... So, we have the pre-production for that. We now need only heat shielding, steel furnace, and circuit. So, let's see. We might as well let the advanced circuit run over there. And then the only thing that's not fitting so far is the fact that this thing is a little bit too far off. Oh, okay, we can't deal with that. So, collision. Can't fix that. I don't mind owning a couple of extra red circuits there. So, yeah, I know this is looking funky, but it works. Believe me when I say it works. So, we're going to do this like that. Unorthodox solutions, but whatever. Here we go. The electronic furnace is now available for us. I hope at least. Did I forget something? Ah, yeah, the heat shielding, of course. Well. Okay. So now we can work with these. I usually don't like to produce finished things here at the Intermediates facility, but honestly, before I do this, before I draw it out like crazy, I'll rather do it like that. Okay, so these guys are extremely important for the future because they'll make everything a lot easier. We also have now access to the heat shieldings, which also, I don't know, let's see what we can. What kind of machines can we make with that? The centrifuges? Yeah, that's not interesting. Recycling facilities. These, I can produce these already, and now I can for real. Space assembling machine. Okay, so yeah, low density structures. That's what we need for the mall as well. Oh, man, so many things. So many things at once again, but this time I have put these up so early because I totally want to go electric smelting for my cargo rocket thingy, because I really don't want to go back to regular smelting ever again. So let's see, what do we do? So we're going to require everything again. So all the materials that came up with the science station over there will be required another time. So let's get started with that, I'd say. So that's every time 10 refineries. We're going to require a... Let's see. Another 10 here. And another 10 there. So I really hope that this won't be any issue there. But for now, these refineries are not bothered by that. Okay, we're going to require a ton of chemical facilities now again. And the whole thing starts yet again. I know that I could make that a little bit less bulky. Yeah, but then I have not really the feeling that all parts of the factory can run at 100% throughput all the time. And that's sometimes not important. At other parts, it's extremely important. Hard to generalize. So, picking up a lot of goodies here, because we will require a lot of infrastructural things there. Okay. Almost forgot the chemical plants. Because the worst part is always wiring this entire shtick up a room. When the hell will I stop discovering new planets here? It's insane. I mean, so freaking many. Wow. Didn't expect that much of a huge show there. Alrighty. So I ran out of regular pipe already? Good lord. So never mind. We're going to do this like that until I have fixed up the regular pipe work here. Okay. So these guys will need ore. Every one of them has own strand. It's the hottest part there. So I think I'm going to feed this time from 2 directions. Then we're going to go from here for that one guy. Let's get that in there. Alright. Get rid of my iron ore. We're going to take care of the fluid connectors in a sec. So the next thing we're going to need is the other connection there. So as you see there, things are starting to get convoluted here. It's because we're using more and more connectors. There is a limit to all things, you know. And we're getting closer and closer to this limit. Okay, but not yet. We have these, so without fluids, of course, nothing here will work. So here we go. And all these get properly connected. There we go. Same here. Proper connections for the entire thing. Okay, so yeah, enriched ore is being produced. Okay, so why are you not working? Why are you not getting any water? Because I have made my thing wrong. Okay then. So that's iron for iron plates and for steel. I'm sadly not convinced that this will be all where it takes, but adding in another column here will be a lot easier because we will not have to worry about that. Okay, and now we'll do the same thing here. We'll require 10 more of these guys. Ugh, there's an oil distributor ruining my place here. Ugh. Okay. Well, looks like I am requiring a lot more pipe work here. Let's make it like that. Let's connect them there. And then get rid of all of them there. I hope that's going to work on out. So let's double check that. We have this connection there, flowing on there, flowing on there, flowing on there, and then it goes there. Okay. Just wanted to make sure that I'm not destroying any working system, you know. Okay, so we'll have down this guy there. Let's leave a tiny blank spot in between there. That's one hungry thing, what I'm doing here. Oh yeah, and that's extremely important. So, we need extra connectors for that and for that. And then, if I remember correctly, one column of 10 was producing 83 units of wastewater. Ah, yeah, now it all comes back to me. So we're going to require some extras. So here we'll need 4 more of these guys. And here you really start to notice the upscaling that's happening here. Okay, but I'm going to end this stream as soon as I have grabbed all the necessary materials there. I probably should finish the copper thingy, otherwise I want to remember next time what I was up to. But I really need a break. All that planning work is extremely exhausting, but the good thing is I now know where I want to set up my spaceport, and it's going to be awesome. At least I'm pretty sure about that. And this is the, so to say, it was the one part I've been trying to procrastinate a bit, because I really didn't like to wrestle around with the question how to do that, but after much pondering and much evaluating the system, I came up with the idea that the best thing that I can do is to make sure that the spaceport has its own infrastructure entirely, an upgradable one too, because otherwise we'll be always at the issue that as soon as this thing grows bigger, it won't work anymore, and that sucks. If you ever come to the point where that's the case, it really does suck. And where do these guys get their water from? From up there, okay. And where do these guys get their sulfuric acid from? From up there. Okay, and here we have an issue with that oil, but that doesn't have to be an issue. Oopsie. We have a bit of a yeah, pollution in there. So let's see. That pipeline is pure. Okay. Oopsie. Okay. So, oh dear. Oh dear. They all got oiled. That's really sucky when that happens. Sometimes you have these wrong fluids inside the system. I really hope that this does work out now. Oh, okay. For a moment I was afraid that I'd need to rebuild the entire thing there. Okay. But I think this should be working on out now. Okay. The only thing that doesn't work for them is, of course, they don't have any ore yet. So let's work on that problem. So for this system, I want the input like this. So let's see. Huh. It's a little bit of a difficult one. We cannot work with this kind of power distribution this time there, because otherwise that won't work anymore. Just wire it up like that. Oh! Okay. This is really a little bit problematic there. No, we can solve it differently. Yeah, that's when things get a little bit more convoluted and the like. Okay, but we can do there. Calidus asteroid belt number 2. Okay. So we have 2 of these. Good to know. We're going to save ourselves some room here. Then we're going to work on back there. Alrighty. But I honestly do feel like that these things are perfectly normal for a factory that's running for a certain amount of time. That the distribution of ores and things like that gets more and more complicated. So what we're going to do next is we're going to try and get ourselves some mass production of low-density structures inside the mall, because I really feel like we could gain a lot out of upgrading that. Whoopsie. So let's drop that down here. We have there as well an increased output. There we go. So I did place them down the wrong way. That's why I say I probably could use a break. So that also means that this here ain't working out as intended. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. Really important that these are configured like that. So, 2, 3, 5. But the good news is, at least I have now prepared some of the grunt work. Stuff I don't like to do every time I start a new section of my factory. Okay, so we have now 30 units of enriched ore each. We have an automated production of electric furnaces. And we have designated an area where we're going to construct all that stuff. And I have designated an area where I'm going to smelt all that stuff. Next time, we're going to set up everything in between. It's going to be a nightmare. I need steel again. For steel, I need wood, and so on. So the next time I'll do this, I'll do much more centralized production. That's one thing I know for sure. But, you know, You guys can learn out of my mistakes, and I say goodbye for this video. Thanks so much for hanging around. Drop me your comment down below. This has been a video on demand for you. Leave me a thumbs up if you enjoyed, and consider subscribing. Also, check out the description box. There is a link to my Patreon, and I'd be delighted to have new Patreons telling me what kind of content they'd like to see on my channel. And also, if you don't want a regular thing, check out the PayPal donation feature. Every single donation helps out a ton, and I'd be delighted if you did so. Anywho, thanks a lot for hearing this ad roll out. Also means a lot to me. And see you guys next time.